Okay, as everybody fed, watered,
Don't
not
worry, my
under
panic
the...
attack's fine.
I'm nearly done, but I can hear you can start, and I will
Excellent.
let you know when I'm
Okay.
placed.
So we're going to start out. So Winnie, you're staying with Illyriel and Aaron at this stage, I would suppose. Free room and board, and the food's good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Agroth is off doing whatever things he does to people while he's not being helpful to the group.
I'm being helpful to other people.
Helpful.
Whatever you say.
I saw quotation marks in
Yeah,
your...
there's air quotes there.
Yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, so we're going to start with Ale, because Ale and Stormweaver would most likely, they will hear about this first.
Ooh.
All right. So Ale, a human woman, has brought in her son. She's like, Doctor, could you take a look at this? At my boy, he seems to have a problem. He's developed a fever and he's got this rash.
Fever and a rash. Okay. Let me take a look at him.
Okay, you examine the boy. Please make a lore roll.
Let me find where it is. There you go.
No modifier.
Yeah, no modifier.
No modifier. All right, you recognize this from your studies, and your blood runs somewhat cold upon the realization. This young man has contracted an ancient plague that he should not have. It was something that the ancients called the Red Madness, and that you know of no real treatment or cure. You can possibly use magic to slow it down, but unless you can figure something out, within about 12 hours, this young man will become a raging lunatic with a thirst for blood.
Okay. He would kindly asks the boy to stay there, and goes back to his mother and talks to her in secret to ask the simple basic questions. When did he contract this? How long ago was it?
Oh, it was this morning. He woke up with it.
Okay. How best to approach something like this very delicately, because oh yeah, your son's gonna die.
You could
In our
roll
monologue.
rapport, or actually you could roll rapport to try to soften the blow.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll say the difficulty's 3.
I am not
Okay.
good with people.
Hang on. You may spend a fate point to evoke explore and serve the larger world, because you are a kind person. And you can get +2, or you can reroll.
You only have 2 fate points.
Yeah, we'll spend a fate point.
Okay. So
So
reroll
kind.
rapport.
Okay.
Much better.
Yay.
Okay. The lady's like, is it very serious? I mean, he'll get better, right? And of course, as part of your rapport, you tell her you're going to do everything to help him, which is true.
I can do what I can, but I'm not completely a miracle worker either. So.
Well, Doctor, you have a good reputation. I'm sure you'll do everything, and I trust you with him.
He gives a simple nod of his head with a little smile and walks back over to the boys, see what he can do.
Okay, you could probably use some of your healing magic to slow this down, like I said. So, and I won't even make you roll for that. It's just something you're capable of doing at this stage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, so the boy, you've bought him maybe 48 hours.
Okay.
48 more hours or
48 more hours from now.
okay.
Oh dear.
The good news, however, is this disease does not affect non-humans. It almost made the human race extinct at one point, according to the draconic histories that you've seen. So, however, it is highly contagious.
So ultimately, he's gonna have to quarantine the child and keep him for a while to be sure that he'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't let the boy go, which is like another conversation that will have to happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
I hate
right.
people.
So, you are going to have that conversation with the mom.
Yes.
Okay. That'd be another rapport. Or if you're going to lie to her, a deceive roll. So
I don't have deceive. I'm an honest being.
I understand.
Report it is.
Where's Agroth when you need him? Holy
Oh.
crap! She's like, oh, doctor, I know he's going to be well in your care. I just know it.
Thank you. She took that well.
Shame on all of you laughing at a dying child. Shame.
I'm mostly laughing at the DM's exclamation of that.
The young boy's name is Ujiro, and Ujiro, see, he's pretty upbeat. He's like, well, it's cool. I get to stay with you, doctor, and you'll make it all better.
Ooh.
He'll just kind of just shyly smiles and helps him off the table that he was sitting on. That he
Okay.
had sat him on, and takes him and says, "I'm going to have you stay in this particular room until we can figure this out."
Question, how many
Okay.
rooms are there in your clinic? Because I imagine, like, Stormweaver is probably sleeping in the back somewhere.
Why is Stormweaver sleeping in my bed?
I was trying to think of a reason why he would stay.
What happened after that alehouse?
I figured he wanted to help him with his discharge problem.
Hopefully not in that way. I don't even know you.
He is a storm dragonoid. Different discharge definition. Although that is the joke.
Okay. While you guys are figuring out what your course of action will be, Ale, to deal with the child and the possibility of plague in the city, we're going to go to Agroth.
Oh God.
Agroth, you're walking down the street, and you happen to hear from inside of an old building. You hear the chant of a chant in really, really, really bad demonic language. I mean, whoever is, it's like somebody. Just imagine somebody reading a language they don't know from a book, and it's like Zemgorat Nero Piro, and you hear this, and you kind of gather maybe they're trying to summon a demon. How do you want to deal with this?
He will like kind of like stop and then kind of turn his head from side to side, and we're gonna look for a way in there.
Okay, you find a way in. You find a way in. There are four human teenagers wearing they're just wearing common shift. They're standing there, and one of them's got his book, and he's like, okay, and they've killed a chicken and done all this stuff on the floor, like you're supposed to in any good demon summoning. And they're chanting and doing all their stuff. So what do you do at this point, Agroth?
Am I behind them, or
These kids, you are kind of off to the side, and these kids are so engrossed in their thing. It's like imagine, the biggest thing I could think of is imagine a bunch of really credulous kids playing with a Ouija board.
So I'm gonna kind of like prop myself up against the wall with like one foot kind of over the other, and just start kind of like laughing.
Those kids jump. They're like, ah! They are terrified
Accurate
by the
representation.
sudden sound. Sir, we didn't know that this place was inhabited. Sorry, sir.
What are you doing?
Well, we were, playing a game. Yeah, playing a game. That's right.
When they say that, he smiles like an eerily toothy grin from ear to ear. And I like games. What kind of game are you playing?
The red-haired young lady pushes up her spectacles and says, "We were attempting to summon a demon to bring us gold."
To bring you gold?
Well, yeah.
Well, what were you going to give the demon for gold?
Well, don't you just summon them and they appear in the triangle there, and you tell them, "You do this for me now."
Or
The
what?
book says.
What book?
She proudly holds up a big black leather-bound tome that says, "How to Make Demons into Servants" by Dr. Ignatius Honeycutt Esquire.
I will take the book from her and look at her and go, "This is all a bunch of rubbish."
Well, how do you know?
You really want to know how to summon a demon?
Suddenly, the the other lady who doesn't have spectacles on is like clutches onto the taller kid and is like, "No, we don't want to know how."
Does he have? Okay, question. Can I communicate to just her without anyone else knowing?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I want to. I want to say to her, yes, you do, or you wouldn't have killed that chicken.
So just the fearful girl, right?
Yeah, just the fearful girl.
Okay, she screams. She screams, and it's like, it's him. He's the demon. It's a demon. Oh my god. The blonde-haired guy she was grabbing onto shrieks and pushes her toward you and dives out the window.
Can I possess her?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Yep. So like, I'm going to jump from good old Gaston into the fearful girl.
All right, you jump into the fearful girl. Gaston clutches his head and goes, "Bugger! I think I had a lot too much to drink. Whoa! There's girls here, and blood on the floor. I had more fun than I thought."
Agroth looks over at him, winks, blows him a kiss, and then goes chasing off after the guy, like screaming like the girl, "Wait, please don't leave me!"
Yes. All right. He's like, "Ooh." Okay, the guy is running down the street, just absolutely at a dead freaking sprint. He's going faster and faster and faster, and right then, Sarix, what do you look like right now?
Average lean build male, about 5'10". Not exactly.
This
Average
tall,
looking.
kind of beefy blonde dude runs into you and bounces off. He's being chased by an attractive red-haired woman.
What the hell is going on here?
Demon! The demon! He like grabs you, Cyrix, and turns like as though to impose you as a human shield between the woman and himself.
I honestly have no idea what you think you're doing by putting me as a human shield, but okay.
Please kill him, not me! He begs you, Agroth.
Does he know that it's me? I'm gonna look at him like, okay, would I know his name?
Yes, actually. First roll your empathy to kind of reach into her thoughts.
Okay, how do I roll empathy?
Just click the dice, the die icon right under empathy on your character sheet.
It should be to the right of the little
Okay,
square.
I got it.
Yeah, it's in the average section.
And then hit submit, I guess.
Uh-huh. You know his name. You know his name is Frodrick.
Hold on. Showback, Frodrick, what are you talking about? It's me. Like,
Oh. Okay. Sorry. That
why
guy
was
back
just
there, he just
throwing?
freaked me out.
What guy freaked you out?
There was a tall, nice-looking guy just not that I think he was nice-looking, but, you know, tall guy. Big, manly. Anyway. He was back there, and I was here with Delphine, and, yeah.
So just hang on a moment. Okay, right. Please tell me exactly what was happening the moment you decide to pelt yourself into me.
Well, our friend Valine, she was trying to summon a demon so it would bring us gold.
Yes, because that's worked numerous times throughout history, hasn't it?
I don't know. She bought the book. It's in a book. It's got to be true, right?
Oh my sweet summer child. Oh, you just a lot.
Agroth will just be looking at him like, kind of in awe, just like shaking head in agreement.
Right, come on. You take me to this place you were summoning a demon, and I'll have a look around for you.
All right. You are led to this abandoned house where there is a circle o' blood on the floor, feathers everywhere, and a book laying on the ground, which is basically How to Make Demons into Servants by Dr. Ignatius Honeycutt, Esquire.
Okay, he's scanning over the. Yeah, Serix is scanning over the book. This is utter bullshit.
It's basically a series of chants and magic circles. You use magic circles in quotation marks. Chants and circles, and like there might be a few magical things in here, but you're not an expert on magic by any means.
Okay.
Is there the knife that they used to kill the chicken lying around anywhere?
Yeah, it's lying around.
Okay. Is the dude still like? What's the dude doing like right now?
Oh, Frederick is like, he's standing in the standing against the wall, his hand on his chin, thinking. He's looking at you, Delphine, and he's like,
Is everything okay, Frederick?
yeah, everything's fine. I'm just, no, everything's fine. I was just a little creeped out by the ritual and that guy, but
He was
everything.
he was very creepy.
Yes, he was very creepy.
Yes, creepy people all around. Yes, I think we can agree there's too many creepy people in this world.
I'm not done fucking with this guy yet. Like, is he an innocent person?
No, I mean, he's
Okay.
he's kind of average on the sin scale. He's not like a human trafficker, but he's not a great guy either.
Okay. Well, because I think like the whole like trying to summon a demon kind of like touches a nerve with him, where it's like you're trying to use me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like that. So I kind of want to walk up to him and have the eyes being red and let him know that next time he should use a human sacrifice, like slit his throat.
Roll provoke. Then you are likely to need to roll fight, because I doubt our man's going to stand there and let you cut him. God. Okay, Sarek's red-haired chick just cut the guy's neck.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I think I need to take you down to where the guards are. So Sarex is going to apprehend the. Sarex is done talking. She grapples the girl to the ground.
All right, make a fight roll. Agroth, you make your fight roll. Now we have fun PvP grappling.
Right, how do I do that?
On your character sheet, there should be under fight, there should be a die. And you click the die.
Yeah, hang on, sorry. I'm using my phone, so it's a lot more difficult.
Where is Fine?
If you didn't take it, you don't have it on your sheet. It's under your
Oh, okay.
skills.
Okay.
Oh, there. Yep,
I
I
wouldn't have
found
been
it.
able to.
No modifier, I'm guessing.
No. Okay. Here's what happens. All right. How is Agroth resisting the attempt at being grappled?
I think he's just gonna kind of like slap hands away and like evade, like dodge, sidestep.
Okay. All right. You do that. You evade. And yeah, basically, you get to name an advantage because you succeeded in your defense. So, what advantage do you want over Cyrix right now?
I don't want to cause any physical harm. I kind of want to just diffuse the situation.
You could say he's off balance, and you would get a free invoke of that to boost any attempt you make to convince him to stop.
Do we know each other?
No, you can't tell he's Cyrix, and he can't tell you're Agra.
No, that's but like I could tell him, hey, like I would know who he is by like him who he is, correct? Or like,
No, actually, because he's a changeling. And
uh,
changelings resist even demonic abilities to read who they really are.
so the only way for me to tell like would be to like go into like I guess I could just be like, all right, man, we don't need to do this. You need to stop while you can, and I'll like flash like red eyes at him.
Okay, Sarix, you heard Agroth. How do you respond?
Well, Sarex raises an eyebrow. And the only way you can tell Sarex is if they're carrying their crystal swords.
Right.
They retract it and place it to the girl's throat first.
Okay.
Do you know who I am?
Swords, Agroth.
Wait, you do what now?
Oh, I've raised the sword to my crystal sword. It's Sarex's sword. It's what all of the old guardsmen have, and they're putting it to your throat. So at least then you'll be able to tell it's Sarex.
Oh, okay. So he'll look at you and be like, Varax?
Gruth?
Big smile comes across the face.
What the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
Teaching lessons.
There's better ways to teach lessons than covering blood on this floor.
I just happened to walk by, and they were trying to summon a demon. We're not pawns for people to use. So they learned a hard lesson. He's like, dude is still gonna learn.
Yes, I'm sure they'll be traumatized for the rest of their lives. At this point, Sarex changes into their more natural form. So I guess what we can do at this point is at least try and explain to the local constabulary what has happened here.
Frederick jumps up and reaches to grab Agroth by the neck. Agroth, you gotta roll some defense. Gotta beat a 9.
My goodness. What am I rolling here?
It would be athletics.
Nope.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, Agroth. Good news is it's not going to really harm you. Bad news is Delphine's head has been twisted 360 degrees.
Okay. So I'll turn it back 180 degrees so I'm looking at the person. And I'm like, why do you do that?
Well, now he's trying to bite your face off. So it would be your action and then Sarex's action.
Okay, I'm going to. I guess I'm just gonna hit him.
Okay. Seems like a reasonable thing to do at this stage.
I agree.
Well.
So you go after him. All right, and you basically hammer him, and you hear like his jaw crack under your first blow. Sarex, what are you gonna do?
Well, Sarex is already more wondering why the kid would attempt to bite. So I think Sarex will want to pin this guy to the ground. So they're going to transform into a slightly bigger individual and pin them to the floor.
Okay, so roll your physique or fight. We could use either for this.
Okay. Let's see who is more. Oh, they're both the same. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Okay, Frederick basically rolls to the side and flips you off of him. You take 2 shifts of stress. So that would be the number 2 box if you want to just take that and continue fighting.
Yeah, in just any of the stress boxes.
Actually, it's the number 2 holds 2 stress. So 1 holds 1, 2 holds 2, 3 hold, and I think you've only got.
Yeah, physical. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Frederick now is attempting to bite your face off. Sarex.
Lovely. Well, I'm going to quickly place my sword through his mouth.
All right. Well, we're going to see how that works as we roll. Here comes Frederick with his. He's got a 4. You need to roll a fight roll to kind of use your sword to stop him.
Could I use my sword to shoot some magical crystal goodness into his mouth?
Absolutely. All right, so your blast didn't really damage him over much, but you've gained a boost. So what is something you want to impede him with? Maybe you've made it impossible for him to bite by blowing his jaw off, or...
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, his jaw's completely gone now.
His jaw is completely gone. So now it's like a flapping tongue and him clawing at you.
Yes!
All right. Agroth.
Is he on top of?
No. The blast from Sarex's blade actually threw him back, so y'all are both standing at this stage. Everybody's standing.
Okay, he's just gonna straight waylay on him.
Okay, you can also invoke that blasted jaw for a free +2.
Do what now?
Okay, basically what happens is when one of you puts a boost on someone, everyone in your group gets a free +2 if they invoke it.
Okay.
Okay? So, roll your fight, add +2. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Basically what happened is Agroth just decides he's had quite enough of Freudrich and commences beating his head into the floor until there's nothing but a sort of jello and a red mist left. Okay.
Agroth will stand up and be like, and like brush his hands off. You okay over there?
I'm completely fine. It's Don't you think that was strange?
Very strange.
That wasn't. You slit his throat. He was dead. He came to bite you. That is not natural.
Who are you gonna call?
Is there any remains of his jaw left?
Laying around? Sure, yeah. There's a couple pieces laying on various parts of the floor. In fact, there's some on Sarex's jacket.
No, bleach ain't gonna get that out, honey.
Fortunately, you all do know an expert in the occult who could probably tell you what's going on.
That's what I was about. Well, that's why I was wondering if there was like anything that was identifying.
Well, you could just drag the corpse there yourself.
How far are we gonna go?
About 2 blocks.
All right, she'll grab an ankle.
No, we're not just going to carry a dead body like that. No.
There's a rug.
We're going to use the rug that is there.
It's a plague body. What do they care?
There is some decorum, Agroth. In your demon world, there may not be some decorum, but show some respect. You slit the poor guy's throat.
Yeah, and then he pummeled him into Jello.
You don't just summon a demon and try to get gold from him.
They were children. I was going to arrest them for stealing a farmer's chicken. Honestly.
I will.
Demons.
And then one came back to life and tried to bite you in the face. Like, yeah, arresting's over now. It's done. It's over.
Yes. If I didn't do what I did, then we wouldn't have known this guy was all bitey after he got killed.
But already strange. Anyway, Xerox is saying as they're wrapping up the body in a nice little burrito.
All right, so you guys are carrying the body burrito to Illyriel's house.
Oh, I'm ready.
Aaron and Winnie.
Oh.
It's a lovely morning. Illyriel has made some beautiful eggs and a nice butternut squash souffle to go with them. When
Sorry, I'm just
at the door.
I got it. He kind of like scurries over to the door and opens.
At this point, is because I'm guessing it's Xerox and Agroth that are there.
Mm-hmm. Covered in blood.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Samus is dressed like a teenage delivery boy carrying a burrito.
No, I had a perfect response. So, they open the like they're slightly opening door. It looks like, hey, oh my gosh! It's like, what's going, what?
We got a special delivery order made for this occultist.
Help!
Illyriel walks from the kitchen. She's like, and what is going on here? Oh, my stars and garters.
They're
of course,
shaking.
Winnie comes up behind her too and just kind of stops and looks around and be like, what?
Xerax transformed into their natural self and just places the body gently onto a cleanable part of the floor. There's been some curious discoveries of late.
Illyriel comforts Aaron. She's like, Aaron, would you please be a dear and fetch me yes, fetch me one of the black grimoires from the shelves in the back.
Oh, okay.
It'll be all right.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they go and fetch the thing.
Okay. Illyriel unwraps the body. So, which one of you beat the head completely into a pulp?
That would be the
point at surprise, Eric. With like bloody ass hands.
Well, basically, you're both. I'm sorry, Sarix did not get away from blasting him in the face with magical energy and not find blood and pieces flying everywhere.
Now she's probably got a tooth stuck somewhere.
Probably in her hair. In their hair. It's just like hanging there. Winnie, would you be a dear and make sure they don't sit on the furniture?
Wait, wouldn't Agroth, the person he's possessing, didn't her head didn't her neck break?
Yeah, but it's only bruised, and Agroth can stay in there until it rots.
Oh, okay.
He's got some time.
It's like a floppy
I was
running around.
actually ask if there's there's loose skin around the neck now or whatever.
Oh yes. Oh my. And in fact, if you're not really concentrating, your neck lolls to the side like you've been hanged. All right. So anyway, so what happens is Illyriel's looking at it and she's like, "Well, this is not good."
What's not good?
What's...
Was there a magic circle nearby?
Oh yes, there was a magic circle with a dead chicken inside it. Sarek says, cleaning their sword with a wet stone.
Was there a book?
Yes, I have it here. They take out the book from their satchel.
It's not a demon summoning circle, it's a necromantic circle.
Oh.
Aaron, come look at this.
Okay. And it's like kind of leaning over to look.
You see, this circle is... You remember how I taught you the circles? And this is the one that resurrects the dead.
Like 5 minutes on.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm going to have to make sure that the body here is completely put down. Aaron, could you you and Winnie accompany them, and you can shut down the circle, I'm certain.
They just kind of nod and look back at Winnie.
Yep, sure. Let's go look at this necromancer circle. Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay.
Clearly thrilled.
Turns into a cat just so they don't feel like they're like towering over Winnie. Oh, too much.
What if you're Winnie riding on your back at one point?
Oh my
My wings are tired. Cat, carry me.
god! I mean, they'll do it.
Onward, feline.
Well, Alex gets up, sheathes the sword, and turns to Agroth and says, "Was there anyone else in that room?"
Yeah, there was another.
Hmm.
Okay, so you all make it back to the house, and there's the book still lying there, and there's the circle still lying there. Aaron, through your wizard sight, you can actually sense the black lines of energy pouring from the circle.
Okay.
So if you want to close it, deactivate it, you must roll lore.
On it. And then there we go. 8.
Okay. What happens is Aaron shocks the heck out of everyone who heretofore has not seen him do much. Aaron stands there and chants something in the ancient eldritch tongue that none of you understand, not even the demons, but it's kind of terrifying. And the very warp and fabric of reality of itself seals itself in front of your eyes.
They look back and they're just like, how did I do?
Agroth gives her like a roar or something. Well
Oh,
done.
looks like it's closed to me.
That was spectacular. I am impressed.
You can see like the blush through the fur.
Yes.
I think what, out of character question, what kind of messaging system does this world have?
There are linked scrying crystals.
Yes, Sarix is going to use a crystal to inform the local constabulary to cordon off the house as a precaution.
All right, you do so.
Can I do an investigate roll
Yes,
just to
Winnie,
kind
you
of
can.
see what else there was something else that we
Absolutely.
missed? Yeah, not much.
Okay, as you're investigating, you do find several interesting bags. One of which seems to contain a kind of red dust.
Am I familiar with what it may be, or
A lore roll would be useful.
I don't have lore though, do I?
Well, you
No,
do
I don't
have
have
a
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sarix has a lore roll.
All right.
Could Sarix do it then? Because Sarix has a lore roll.
Yes, Sarix. Well, Sarix can. It'll be more difficult for Sarix.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm guessing there's no modifier. There's no modifiers in this game, is there?
No, I don't know why they have that.
Okay.
You have never seen this kind of dust. it doesn't really it doesn't really it when you actually look at it, it seems to the light around it seems to bend and bounce around in strange ways.
Is it? Are you sure?
Would the others be able to see that then?
Yeah.
How it bounces around. Okay, yeah. Perhaps we should take this back with us.
Yeah, that definitely would be good. I think Illyriel needs to see this.
Oh, and Winnie, you do find one other thing with your investigate roll. You find a wheel of fairy cheese. For you, it's delicious. For non-fairies that eat it, a random strange effect happens.
Yes. So I just kind of, quietly, don't mention that to anybody and just kind of, keep that to myself.
Excellent.
And, take it with me. So,
What happens if you eat fairy cheese?
For her, nothing. For any other being, a random effect.
Ooh. How big is this fairy cheese? Where's she putting it?
I think it's
like
fairly
to know?
small.
Magic.
Well, actually, yeah, fairies can do weird crap like that. So. I tell you what, if you definitely want to hide it, spend a fate point, Winnie, and suddenly it's in your bag of holding or whatever. It's just gone.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, excellent.
This giant ethereal bag that only Winnie can see just follows her in the air.
That's the closest to making sense we could do it. Anyway.
Wouldn't it be like Mary Poppins' bag where things just go into it and it just disappears?
Accio fairy cheese.
Nah. Bags. Actually, Mary Poppins' bag, if it was a bag of holding, remember, there's no oxygen in a bag of holding, so putting someone in there does kill them. All right. So, you all get back to Illyriel's, and Illyriel takes a look at the dust. She's like, I've never seen its like.
Why would someone, a group of teenage kids, want to use this to have a demon appear?
Look, and do we know anything about the author of the book?
Ignatius Honeycutt, no, you don't really know much about him. Illyriel's never really heard that much about him either.
Well, Aaron might, since Aaron's went through a bunch of books and stuff, such study on his on their own and stuff like that.
Yeah, roll for it.
Investigation, right?
Lore.
Investigate. Lore. Got it.
All right, as you start looking over the book, you realize that the instructions on demon summoning are very the circles and stuff are just at the beginning, and then later it starts turning into a script for a play. And in the play, at least the part you've read so far, there are two characters, Casilda and Casilia, and they're talking. And they're talking about something called the King in Yellow.
Guys, this looks like a play. If you want to look, and he's they're kind of like half-assing, handing it over to someone that whoever will take it.
Sarek sort of does a ballet spin around to take the book. Ooh, play.
What's the play? Illyriel's like, what was the play about?
Uh, uh. Okay. Aaron's just gave like the whole time, so doesn't know how to explain.
Would Serex know the play? Would it?
If Serex is a big theater buff in this world, which apparently they
It
are,
is.
roll lore.
I'm just going by with how Crystallis is and the Greeks saw theatre as a major aspect of democracy, and
I love it. Roll lore.
so.
All it is.
So now the boss said,
You've heard of this. It's a very ancient play. Even more older than Christilian theater. Even older than Christilian theater. Yeah, the play is called The King in Yellow.
Okay.
Do you inform anyone of this?
Yes, Serex does.
Illyriel grabs the book from you and says, It's that?
Yes, it is that.
Anyone who finishes reading that play goes mad.
What's that?
Can you explain?
The King in Yellow is a legendary creature, one of the old ones that were put to sleep by the dragons and the elves and the dwarves and the rest of the elder races back in the age of chaos. They say this play is part of his dreams.
And is there any link between the play to the red dust?
Not that I'm aware of, but then again, I'm not a heal-all.
Oh no.
That's right.
I think it might be best to take a visit to our good friend, the Doctor.
Excellent. All right.
Aaron will stay back a lot of this because they can tell that they make Elle uncomfortable and they feel bad about it.
Serex just wants to pick up the cat and take her with us.
All right, so you pick up the cat.
Yep. Come on, kitty, time to go.
And of course, when he comes along, kind of, flying behind them.
Actually, I picture whenever Winnie's flying around, some old guy comes out of the tavern, looks, puts down his mug, and is like, "I need to go home now."
No, Aaron's gonna say, just don't put me too close to Elle, please.
I won't, dear sweet kitty, I won't.
Thank you.
All right, Ale. Young Ujiro is happily playing in the quarantine room.
I can imagine Stormweaver arguing with him. What? You don't have breakfast with everyone here? Sorry, then my accent's gonna be everywhere.
Fine.
Yeah.
You don't have breakfast with everyone here? The fuck?
Ale is just sitting at his desk chair, just face in his hand, just like, oh god. Don't you have a place to go back to? A tribe, maybe?
Well, yes, but something's kind of compelling me to stay here.
I don't have breakfast with all of my patients.
Why not?
You're kind of a special occasion. Clearly, as you see, there are other races other than Draconics here.
Well, yeah, but
At this
why
point-
don't they have breakfast together?
At this
Oh,
point, can Sarex kick the door open and go, "Honey, I'm home."
Yes, you can.
Okay, that might cause one of those discharge issues.
All right, you want a fate point there, Thunderweaver? Thunderweaver gets a fate point as lightning shoots from him in random ways.
Do you put
Yeah,
those
I
on
was
there
just like,
automatically,
jumps
or
out of the way as the lightning, flies right by her.
It's not lethal or dangerous. Just everybody's hair is now standing up.
yeah, Aaron like jumps out of the arms, goes between legs, and just kind of bolts all the way to the door. Just stays at the door, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm here."
I just pictured that cat sound you hear in the cartoons when you hear a garbage can being knocked over. Yeah, the loud.
Yes.
Let's say they did that too. Let's say they did it.
Oh, my dear Ale, did I get you all excited?
If this is how changelings deal with foreplay, I'd rather pass.
I'm saying nothing.
He kind of like rubs his arm a little bit as one of the shocks hit his arm, and he's just. We're definitely checking that out.
Stormweaver's smiling slightly. Sorry, he shocked me a bit.
Ale just has the most unamused face as he's looking upon everyone in the entire clinic.
Technically, I'm not in the clinic. Oh, by the way, Aaron turns back into like humanoid character, like while at the door, just so they can see.
Alright.
I'm wondering how no one's questioning how Sarex got into the custodial service.
Ale's been questioning that since the days met him.
That's true. That's probably.
I think we all
I
have.
can
We
understand
just haven't
why,
asked.
though.
Are we really going to ask the erratic acting person with the shooting laser sword? Probably not. Alright. So, what is your business here, Sarex?
We have discovered some red powder linked to a very ancient play that goes to a group of kids that were attempting to raise the dead. Short and brief, short and brief.
Would that? He looks over at the kid that is clearly behind a glass door where you can keep an eye on him, and then looks back at Sarex and it's just, could that have anything to do with what's going on with this kid?
I don't know. What has this got to do with the kid?
All right.
Oh, you have a kid behind a glass door. Oh.
He's like, oh yeah, forget. Who am I asking? Give me that powder. Let me check it.
I've done more drug busts in my time in the custodial service than you'll ever have, my boy.
I'm quite sure. So
All right. You're examining it, correct?
Yes.
Actually, this is infamous among... No, you don't even have to roll. This is infamous among healers, and you are a very competent healer. It is called the Dust of Nyogtha. And it, as much as you've got in that bag, could unleash a plague that would wipe out humanity.
Ooh.
shit.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
He like he's looks up at everyone else, is just like, this is enough of this. This can cause a plague that will annihilate all of humankind.
Oh.
Where
Oh,
did you get this?
As I say, it was in a shack. It's currently quarantined and cordoned off by the local constabulary.
He looks over at the kid and just kind of looks at the dust and just feels he should probably explain the kid's ailment to them and what he knows about it, and because he thinks it may have something to do with this.
Okay, you explain the red madness.
Would changelings know of the red madness, or is it very rare?
It's a fairly ancient, rare thing. I mean, changelings are a fairly newer race in this world, so
Okay.
I was gonna ask, does any of us recognize what he's talking about?
Winnie, you
Um.
might. Agroth, you're from another planet completely. You don't have any of this nonsense there.
Yeah. I'm guessing Aaron would.
Yeah, I might.
Yes.
Would I need to roll then?
No, you don't.
Okay. Aaron kind of storms in, and it's just like, "Tell me more about this, please."
Tell me more. Tell me
Like, I need more information.
I mean,
Oh.
I can't.
Like,
well, I can't really say anything.
Well,
there's this, and then there's him. I don't know how it affects anything. It could be connected. It could not.
Ask the kid what he was doing yesterday. Maybe it could have came in contact with this.
Does the boy come from a farm? Because the kids killed a chicken, and the chicken would have come from a farm. Does this boy and his mother or father work on a farm?
You could ask Ujiro.
That wasn't disclosed to me. But yeah, we could ask him.
I want to do it.
Oh.
You know what? They want information. They want to learn for some reason. So,
This is them being abrasive.
yeah, this is their abrasiveness.
Well, maybe
So they, yeah, sort of. That's what you meant. Anyways, so they will like go in, like very nicely, and like seem really nice going in. Go up to the kid and be like, "Hi, I am Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. I'm Ujiro.
Hello. I wanted to know if your parents were farmers or if you lived on a farm.
No.
Were you near a farm?
No, actually. I wasn't near the farm. Any farm. I mean, we don't leave the city much.
No. Oh, okay. Have you seen like a red dust of any kind?
Yes, there was a lady who had red dust, and she blew it
Okay.
on me.
Okay. Well, thank you. I we'll see you later.
Okay.
And then he walks out. And then you kind of see like the worried face. And they're just like, uh, someone threw this dust at the kid. He said it was some lady who did it.
Oh, so someone's trying to get her to the human race?
Yeah, I believe so.
Does the boy know what the woman looked like?
That's a good question. Someone else want to ask?
I'll go and talk to the boy.
I would, but I scare people.
Yeah, yeah, they just nod and then walk back to the original spot near the door.
Cerex brushes her hair back, sits down. I'm guessing there's a stool in front of the mirror and the boy can hear through the glass door. Hello there, young lad. My name's Cerex. I want to ask you a few questions about the dust, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Do you recall what the woman looked like that blew it into your face?
Yeah, she was pretty and had dark skin.
How old would you say she would be?
I don't know, 20?
What kind of clothes was she wearing? Traveling clothes? Work clothes?
Silk clothes. They were silk, and they were really, really pretty.
Silk. Dark-skinned. Okay. Where was she heading, if you remember?
She went to the airship station.
Thank you. My dear boy, you have been most helpful. Cerex gets up from the chair, walks over. Right, we're going to book a ship to the, someplace very rich and fine.
Let me pack stuff first, then.
Did anyone go into that room?
No.
No.
Okay. That's me just asking, because if anyone walked in there and got contaminated, they need to be cleansed.
Yeah, but it's just humans.
That doesn't mean that the pathogens don't travel on their bodies.
Yeah,
Right, true. Okay.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Do we know where the lad was yesterday when this stranger threw the dust on him?
Yes, it was 2 blocks from the airship station in the southern part of the city.
Because there may be more that are affected that we don't know about.
Ooh, that's true.
Ooh, airships.
I think before we try to run off and find this strange lady, that we probably should find out more about possibly about where she was, where did this stuff come from, and what the agenda is.
Yeah, how many people could have possibly been infected as well? So that we keep them in quarantine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because from what Ale has told us, this stuff is very contagious to humans, and obviously, if there are other people that were exposed, then there's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
Is that out of character or in character? You won't
In
have
character.
To say.
Yeah, in character.
Yeah. Imagine my response being more shy then. I didn't realize this was in character.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, I think before we set off, we should. I'll take Ale to the local constabulary. We'll mention it. Then they can help sort out the human race, can't we, Ale? Come on, let's go.
You do see I have a patient, right?
I'm sure your boyfriend can see to him. Come on.
What? What?
All right.
Okay. Well, so I think so. All right. Yeah, you can go talk to the local constabulary. Maybe they can find out and round up anybody else that might be contaminated, and I guess bring them back here to the office. And um, Aaron and I think we need to go back and talk to Illyriel and let her know this information and figure out the best course of action. What do you think?
Aaron just kind of nods, just like it's kind of wanting to go back anyways.
Okay, so the constabulary alerted. Everyone reconvenes at Illyriel's house.
Yeah, yeah, they meet us over there whenever they get done talking to them.
All right. Was there anything in particular you wanted the constabulary to do?
I guess it would be looking out for symptoms of any human that would be affected by the scarlet dust.
Okay. All right. So you all arrive at Illyriel's after having handled that, and Illyriel is sitting with a big black tome covered in a peculiar sort of leather. Agroth, you recognize it immediately.
Ooh, what's that?
What kind of book is it?
You recognize the leather. It's human skin.
Oh.
Something you guys wear for fashion back home. But anyway. Okay, so Illyriel's like, this is the Al-Wazif. It is a very, very, very old book. Someday, Aaron, you will be in charge of making sure this remains out of the wrong hands.
Oh, well, does that mean I need to read it?
Hope you never have to read it. She has dark circles under her eyes and looks especially weary. Well, if there is a problem, has anyone contracted the red madness from the dust?
Well, that's actually what we were coming back to tell you after we went and visited the doctor. Yes, there actually a young boy was exposed to it and told us that a woman had thrown the dust on him yesterday.
Can you describe this woman?
I look over at was it Sarix? You're the one that interrogated her, right? Out of character.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. So I look over at Sarix and be like, what did he say she looked like?
Dark-skinned, fine silk robes and clothings. Roughly 20 years of age.
Brightly colored silks, dark skin, that would mean she's from Ulthar. Ulthar is very far to the south of here.
Yeah, she was walking, from what the boy told us, she was walking towards the airship station.
Ale?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the with the ancient heal-all Malash Tair.
Yes.
Yeah, the name rings a bell, and she's like, far to the south, in the place where not even your people will go, in the Deadlands, there is a broken city. And it contains according to legend, the tomb of Molash Tair. And supposedly, there is a treatise buried with him on how to heal the Red Madness. However, Ulthar is the last airship station.
Okay.
So you'll actually have to journey across the wasteland from there.
Aile's kind of conflicted about this because he obviously wants to keep this from spreading and wants to cure it, but he's also got his patients coming in every once in a while, so he feels like if he leaves, he'll leave them. But if he doesn't,
I have some small healing art I can cover for you for most things. Obviously not as skillful as you are.
kind of gets a little wry smirk out of him.
Are these wastelands dangerous?
Yes, they are. I've only been to the edges of them when I was a younger lady, but the problem became there are things down there, things that don't behave right. Animals that twist and transform into other things. Tribes of cannibals.
That sounds like you'll be needing protection then.
So if you're going to go, you'll need all the help you can get.
Aaron goes to their room and is already starting to pack.
Oh, looks like the cat is ready to go.
I'll go and see if I can procure an airship.
Okay.
Well, that's one headache gone.
Obviously, Serex is going to go for the orc. The orc, can't remember his name now.
Yay, the orc.
Yes, not Agra. Zothmog.
Zathmog does
Zothmog the Fastidious.
Yes. He does owe Serex something for the blood they gave him.
All right, you approach the stately manner of Zothmog the Fastidious.
So I guess are we all going, I guess, together, or are we going to meet at the airship?
I think we should all go together.
Station.
We shouldn't go there.
Well, I was going to say before we leave, I look over at Illyriel and speak in Elvish and ask her, is there anything that I should be aware of that you have not disclosed? It's been a long time since I've been in that area.
Well, most of us of Fey kind tend to avoid the place, but just fortunately,
Bless you.
Fortunately, they'll have your ability to find drinkable water. There's a lot of poisoned water holes there.
I had forgotten about that. Thank you for the reminder. Like I said, it's been a very, very long time since I've been in the Southern Lands.
Yes. So, Also,
And
beware the Aldriami. They may look like elves, but they are not like elves. They're a plant
I
people.
I remember them all too well.
Very nice. All right.
I will make sure to watch over Aaron on our travel.
Thank you. I'm sorry he has to go do this, but if he's to be a wizard, he must learn how to use his art.
And then I'll give her whatever elvish greeting there is, parting greeting, there is
Right.
as we leave. So
Okay. All right, so we're at Zothmog's place, Sarix.
I'm going to guess there's like a giant door knocker face thing.
Yes. Yes. And it's a huge huge boar, and you hammer on the door knocker, and a fairly stately human butler shows up. It's like, may I help you? What's your appearance?
It's sort of a more masculine looking change. Yeah, a male changeling sort of look.
May I help you?
Yes, we're here to see Zarfog, please.
Very good. And what is your name, so I know if the master is expecting you?
Serix.
One moment, please. He brings you to a small antechamber, and then Zothmog comes out and greets you. Greetings, greetings. However are you doing, Sarix?
I am very well, thank you, my dear sir. I hope the blood has come in use.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's just dressed like all Victorian gentleman style. His
Yes, well,
tusks are especially shiny today.
well, I hope it brings you a lot of great joy. And speaking of the blood that I allowed you to take from me, I require favor in return now.
Why, certainly. Whatever may I do for you, dear lady?
Well, he's a man at the moment.
Zothmog doesn't know the difference.
Fair
All
enough.
all you non-greenskins look the same to him.
That's true. Yes. We we require we require an airship and supplies to go to the southern lands.
An airship and supplies to go to the southern lands.
Yes.
It does happen that I have a small personal airship that I keep.
Mm-hmm. But what about the ships you use for trade? At least then it wouldn't be your ship that goes missing. We wouldn't want your prized possession to go away now.
Well, the problem is my ships are not entirely owned only by me.
Mm.
However, you could take an airship south to Ulthar and then set out across the desert wastes.
Yes, that is what we need to do. He's looking towards the others who know more about this place than he does.
Actually, you're at Zothmog's alone. This is the impression I got.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then. Yes, but we will be requiring it for an extended period of a journey. That's the problem.
I can charter you an airship. However, I will warn you, very few of them will fly into the southern lands. The floater stones inside of them tend not to operate very well. Magic does strange things down there, they say.
Is there a way to counter it, perchance?
I would be a far, far wealthier orc if I knew that.
Very well. Well, you have been most generous and helpful, my good man. When can I expect the ship to be ready?
Name your time, and I will have it ready.
Tomorrow morning.
Excellent, excellent. He then commences barking orders at his human servants.
Well, till the next time we meet, good sir.
Yes, and good luck with your journey.
Thank you.
Okay. So, anything else everyone wants to do before before you all head out in the airship in the morning?
Aaron just wants to like spend time with can't say names. Ariel, yeah, as much as they can before leaving.
Okay, yeah. I'll do
And
that.
Wouldn't she said that she would watch over Aile's clinic for him, so doesn't Aile kind of like, wouldn't Aile,
Yes.
when they left, wouldn't he had taken her back to the clinic and kind of, you know,
Yes.
explained the current patients that were still there and whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And clearly he's getting ready, packed and getting his adventure gear on and grabbing his little mask and whatever, getting ready.
All right, Agroth, you're having a bit of a problem because Delphine that you're wearing is starting to draw flies.
Okay, so she will look for, I don't know, someone who's like passed out drunk near an alley.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way to go.
You find a passed out drunk fellow who's laying there.
Yep. Also, I'll just go over and do my transfer.
All right, feels good to be in a living body again as poor Delphine, collapses.
The local constabulary must have a field day with all these dead bodies turning up.
To be honest, since Christelius is the one with the most advanced, like, crime-solving capacity, these human kingdoms are just like, well, find whoever's a stranger and blame them.
Out of character, I don't remember from earlier, but did Delphine's friend, did he say where they had got the book or the dust from or anything? Or not the
No,
dust,
actually.
got the book from or anything? Okay.
We never found out what happened to the other kids either that ran off.
Wasn't there just one other?
There's one
Well,
other.
I thought it was the blonde-haired girl, the redhead with glasses, and the guy.
Basically, it was Fred, Velma, and Daphne. Those were the three people you found, okay?
Oh boy. So Daphne's the one that got away. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Velma got away. Daphne is now rotting in the alley where Agroth has left her.
Wasn't a big fan of her character, but I don't think she deserved that.
All right. So during the night, you all have, every one of you has like these odd dreams about a strange light that is it basically is a color that you've never seen and can't describe. And you hear this strange flute music and shapeless, weird creatures dancing in the darkness.
What kind of
Like
flute
silhouette?
music is it?
Discordant, strange, sort of pipes, and somewhere deep in the in within it you hear oddball sounds that don't sound like humanoid throats could make them.
Okay.
All right. So the next morning, when you all arrive at the airship station, you find a fine gold and mahogany airship floating at a dock, the one Zothmog told you would be. It is called the Assam, and its captain, you're greeted by a trim-looking human with dark skin and piercing eyes, and he's like, which one of you is Sarix?
Ah, that would be me.
Is this your party?
Yes, this is my party. We are ready to set sail.
Very good. I am Captain Fayyad Shafiq. Welcome to my ship.
Thank you, Captain Shafiq.
Everyone's kind of waves.
Stormweaver looks excited. He's like, I've always wanted to go on an airship. Such great partnership.
Oh.
All right, the propellers start, the ship pulls away from its moorings, and you all are sailing into the skies above Belan. The whole city spreads out into its 8-spoked wheel beneath you, and you all head on a southerly course toward Ulthar and the River Sky.
How long will it take, depending on how... 2 days, okay.
With good weather.
Must be a good, fast airship, then.
Winnie is obviously, very nervous about being on the airship.
Right.
And, she flies, but never. I don't like to be up this high.
Yes.
And I don't trust it.
Is there sort of like, because of how high the airship will be problems with breathing because air gets thinner as you get higher?
No, actually, there is a field generated by the floater stone.
Okay. Yes. So contrivium.
No, actually, I set this about what the floater stone itself creates an atmosphere, and that atmosphere exists as a lighter sort of. It's both gaseous and it's got mana.
I'll
It basically holds itself up in the air because it's separate from the Earth's mana. So,
okay.
yeah, I actually put some thought into this.
I was just thinking of the terrible writing advice episode, that's all, of Contrivium.
Yes, no. I try to avoid Contrivium at all times. And actually the cat, and we can kind of use this as the info dump point. Basically, the captain explains why they don't go further south is because the energy in the southern lands tends to mess with the floater stone. So sometimes it'll switch off the oxygen. Sometimes it'll toss the ship so far up in the sky it comes down as like a meteorite.
A bit like the Bermuda Triangle with whatever it causes ships and aircraft to crash.
Exactly. Except more violent and weird.
And in this case, true.
Yes. Having never been to the Bermuda Triangle, I can't say yes or no. All right, so basically the 2 days pass. It's a um, fairly quiet journey, and you all arrive in the beautiful, bejeweled city of Ulthar. It sits on a gorgeous river that is called the River Sky because it is one of the bluest blues any of you has ever seen.
Ooh.
A good way to think of it is think of sort of a science fiction version of Marrakesh would be a good way to really see the city visually. So when you arrive, there are people from every nation trading and doing things. The thing you immediately notice is in every language, every known written language, there is a plaque at the port that bids you welcome to the city of Ulthar, in which no man may kill a cat.
Turns into a cat immediately.
And you suddenly notice that there are so many cats. And they're all just staring at you, Aaron.
Aaron just kind of tilts their head and goes, meow?
I can't speak cat.
Kinda.
All right, so the cats look at you, and one of them, a rather sleek orange tabby, comes sauntering up and sniffs you and says, "You are not part of our nation."
Ooh, bird.
They go, okay, so they're gonna be a little more confident here because they're cat. Doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just like, I'm just visiting.
We feel sad for you. You have another shape.
You see the disappointment in their face.
Come, we will eat together.
Okay.
All right, these okay, for all of you who don't speak cat and are just kind of standing here like, "Durr," all of a sudden you see all of these freaking cats show up out of nowhere and start escorting Aaron away.
Is that normal?
Winnie is obviously going to be very upset by this and start to follow after Aaron and be like, Aaron, where are you going? What's
A
going
big
on, Aaron?
black cat looks at you, Winnie, and goes, "Shh."
It's okay. I'm getting food.
Let me come with you, Aaron.
No.
I'll come with you.
They
No,
don't.
the orange cat is telling you, Aaron, the fairy cannot come with us unless we eat her.
I'm sorry. No. You don't want to be cat food.
I kind of look at her kind of funny and say, okay, fine. Can I want to try to follow them using like a stealth roll. Can I do that?
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Fingers crossed. Okay, fingers crossed. Phew. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Oh God, really? Really?
All right,
I
you
can't
could
remember
spend a
myself.
fate point and re-roll that.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do that.
It's so worth it.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
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 as you're following, you're creeping along. Everything's good. Everything's good. And next thing you hear is you hear purring right behind you. This rather rotund Siamese looks at you and goes, "And where do you think you are going?"
Wait.
This one
I'm
you
going
can
to use
understand?
deceive. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, do I understand it, I guess?
You understood this, and
I think
that's
I
not
do,
typical
yeah.
cat behavior.
Okay.
I'm going to use deceive and, make up some story about
Okay.
something. Okay, well, that's good.
Okay.
Well, you happen to be a fairy. I happen to be a fairy. Can you shapeshift? Because if you can, this is the best place to eat. Like ever. These humans feed these cats the best foods.
Can I tell if it's telling the truth or
He turns into a
have
brownie.
okay. I was gonna say I had wondered if I could tell what other race it might have been, a fairy. So, I'm trying to think if I think it's just the brownies that have the shape shifting abilities. So, so I look at it and I go, "Oh, you're a brownie. Okay. It has been a very long time since I've met another one."
Oh, no problem. He's also the fattest brownie you have ever seen.
Well,
Usually fairies are a little
that to
skinny.
myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he said he was a fairy, and I was just like, bro, you really let yourself go. You got hair in places you should not.
So I look at him and I say, "Look, I'm following my my companion, who was led off by several other cats, and I'm afraid that something may happen. Can you help me follow them and ensure their safety?"
They're safe. There is not a creature in this world safer than with these cats. I saw them no shit eat a dragon once.
Well, that is a very impressive feat.
If anyone inside this city harms a cat, all the cats swarm them and devour them.
Well, I'm worried about the other cats doing something to my companion.
No, they won't. Trust me, they didn't eat me.
Well, and they could tell that you were a changeling
From the
if they
moment
could
I
tell?
got here.
Well,
I mean,
in that,
they weren't fooled for a second, but they didn't mind me eating.
would you mind keeping an eye on my companion and ensuring that no harm comes to them?
Sure, I don't mind. Although, there is a little thing you could do for me.
What is that?
There is a little cafe on the north side of the square. Now, they don't throw it away, so I don't usually get it, and they don't offer it to the cats, because cats don't eat it. But there is this delicious chocolate torte.
Ooh, I
If
like
you could
that.
get me
Sam.
that chocolate torte with the little raspberries on top, if you could get me that, I'll do anything you want.
Okay.
That's some great motives.
I will have that ready for you. when my companion returns to our party safe.
Indeed,
I will
you
go to
have
that
my
cafe.
word. My name is Jackson. What is yours?
Oh, thank you, Jackson. My name is Winnie.
Miss Winnie, you have my word that I will vouchsafe your friend's return.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Jackson, and I will ensure that you have your payment
God, that
whenever
twat.
my companion returns.
He turns back into the cat and begins waddling off after the other.
Oh, this is so wholesome.
So I return to the rest of the group, who I'm assuming, is probably still at the
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
at the fort, just kind of
What
looking
is
around,
everyone
going,
else
"What?"
doing during this little interchange?
I would have assumed finding some kind of quote unquote hotel.
Yes, you do find an inn. It is a very different inn than the ones in Balan or in Crystilius. The furniture is all cushions on the floors. The tables are short. There's the smell of strong coffees and
So Arabian-like, sort of.
yeah, Arabian, Moroccan, North African, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. This is rather cozy.
All right, so you all have found lodging, and I believe we reached a nice stopping point for the evening. Aaron, you are with the cats,
Yes.
and we will open on what you see with the cats.
So yeah, I was gonna say, as I return to the group, I guess at the our lodging place, that I tell them, don't worry, Aaron will be well looked over until they return.
Yes, and incidentally, the concept in this city is that you have privacy from everything but the cats.
Oh, this makes life so fun.
And I look forward to hearing how Ale and Stormweaver will feel about this.
Well, no, Elle's fine with cats. It's just
It's just
you
Nico's,
know,
basically.
yeah, it's the
I mean-
yeah, it's the
I mean,
Nico.
honestly, if all those cats dogpiled Ale and covered him and like started messing around with him, he'd play with them and start laughing. I mean, he
Yeah.
loves cats.
Aw.
So cute.
Yes, but they said they wanted Ace a dragon, so...
Incidentally, if you want to, it's a very old story, but it's free online. This is an homage to H.P. Lovecraft's story, The Cats of Ulthar, which, I dearly love. Okay, well, we have reached a minor milestone, and what that means is you can rewrite one of your aspects. Not your high concept or your trouble, but the other three aspects. You can rewrite that, or you can switch around the ratings in one of your skills, or add a stunt, or change a stunt. Sorry,
Not add a stunt.
not add yet. That's a major milestone which we're going to get to.
Okay.
Because the 2 days passed, can I take the stress off now?
Oh, the stress goes. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't explain that. The stress ends as soon as combat's over.
Oh, okay. So
Stress is like kind of your armor and stuff. It's when you take consequences that takes time to get rid of.
okay, so I can take it off.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
All right, I just switched to lore and stealth because I
Okay.
think lore is a little more important here.
Yeah. Considering it is what you use to do magic, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty important.
Alright, you said we can, like, change an aspect out for something else, or just, like,
Yes,
get rid
yes,
of
you
one?
can.
Okay, I'll need to think about that one.
Yeah, no problem. I
Okay.
was just letting everybody know what you can do.
Excuse me, I'll see when I actually get on my laptop.
Yes. Well, like I said, hopefully everybody had fun tonight. I enjoyed this little intro, and I've got many parts left to go. So,
Yay.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see what happens while we're here in the city.
yes, here in the city, and then like when you actually enter the third act of traveling across the wastelands. Because I think this is like this will be your first like adventure in like a really weird place. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Awesome.
fun.
Yeah, sorry I didn't say very much, but it's kind of like that whole stranger in a strange land. There wasn't much I could think to have him to do, honestly.
Nah, you were great, and actually, you know, when you get outside the cities and you get into the wastelands and there's all sorts of dangerous stuff, that's really where Stormweaver's going to be in his element because
Oh, I'm sure he's very combat based.
yeah, kicking ass is what Stormweaver does.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you all so much for playing, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you,
you.
Tina.
All right, have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See y'all later.
See